This video is entitled Persistent Consistent Actions. This is a recording of a hypnotic trance that is designed to assist people at the level of the unconscious mind to take consistent, persistent actions in order for them to be able to move their life forward, in order for them to be able to move in the direction that they want. This is a time of year for New Year's resolutions, but the problem is there's a lot of people, when they're experiencing or having a New Year's resolution, well, they make a New Year's resolution, sorry. When people make a New Year's resolution, often it doesn't last before the end of January because they have difficulty taking persistent, consistent action. So this video is for you to be able to listen to this over and over and over so that you can take persistent, consistent action in order for you to get the results that you want. Now, it's very, very, very important, if you're choosing to listen to this, to not do so in a public place, to not do so while you're driving, to not do so while you're attempting to pilot any vehicle, because the entire language of this entire hypnotic trance recording is designed for you to take your awareness inside your own mind. So interacting with anybody else, interacting with the world, moving through the world is a bad idea to listen to this trance while you're doing that. Find a quiet place at home, preferably in the evening, preferably before you're about to sleep, and listen to this before you're doing that, and do so for a month. Once you listen to this for a month, I can reliably predict that you will be taking persistent, consistent action over the period of a month. I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, listening to this every day for a month should get you substantial change in your motivation, in your discipline, and you will be taking consistent, persistent action. Enjoy the trance, and I look forward to making more quality content for you shortly. Bye.
Go ahead now and take a deep breath, and hold that breath for a mental count of 3, 2, 1, and let that breath out with a sigh. So with each and every breath, you can go into the dreamy, drowsy, comfortable state, right on the threshold of sleep, so that all you need to do, all you need to experience will come to you unconsciously through the sound of my voice. So as you go into that dreamy, drowsy, comfortable state, right on the threshold of sleep, I want you to bring your attention to each and every suggestion and pay close attention to every suggestion for the duration of this sequence of vocalizations. And as you choose to do that, you can go now into the deep, deep state of deep relaxation. So as you choose to do, to go into the state of deep relaxation, I'd like you to bring your attention to every suggestion. And as you bring your attention to every suggestion, I want you to pay close attention to each and every suggestion and imagine you can breathe in relaxation with each and every inhalation and breathe out stress and tension with each and every exhalation. Breathing in relaxation and breathing out stress and tension. So, as you continue to breathe in relaxation and breathe out stress and tension, I want you to allow yourself to allow all the stress and worries you've been experiencing over the previous days, weeks, and months ahead to just fade away. So right here, right now, all you need to do, all you need to experience, will come to you through the sound of my voice. So as you allow yourself to go even more deeply into the state of deep relaxation, I want you to allow yourself to imagine you're walking along a beautiful forest path. You can look up at the sky. You can see the different trees. You see the different greens of the trees' leaves. As you see the different greens of the trees' leaves, you can see the different colors and the veins, as you can see them moving in unison to the wind. And as you can hear the wind going through the trees' leaves, and you can see the birds and the bees flying through the trees and leaves, you can see how good it feels to feel fully, completely relaxed, walking along this beautiful forest path. Now, as you do that, I want you to continue walking along the beautiful forest path. As you do that, you can see in front of you a small cottage. And as you see in front of you that small cottage, you can walk along and see there's a person standing on the front porch. As you see that person standing on the front porch of the cottage, you walk up past them and open the door. And as you open the door to the cottage, you can see in front of you a corridor of doors, many, many, many doors, stretching all the way off into the distance. As you decide now to open the door to the corridor of doors, you walk down along the doors. You can see certain doors you've been to in the past, and certain doors you're going to go to in the future. But there's one door that you want to get to. As you open the door, you can see the door, and on the door, on the label of the door, it's called the Room of Effective Confrontation. Curious, you decide to open the door to the Room of Effective Confrontation. So as you open the door, you'd see inside you a chair. As you look inside that room and walk inside the room, sit down in the chair. In front of the chair, there's this movie screen. And it's the most incredible high-fidelity movie screen you've ever seen before. And if you look down on that movie screen, you can see the movie flickers to light. And this person on that movie screen, he has your hair, he has your face, he has your hand, but it's the you that deals with confrontation effectively. So as you look at that Jeff, you can see him walking through an environment, walking into a situation where he will have to experience confrontation. So if you look at that, you can see that he's relaxed. His body is fully, completely relaxed. He knows that he's going to have to deal with the circumstance. And you look at that Jeffrey being fully, completely relaxed, you can pay attention to what it is that he's thinking about. He's thinking about how to gain rapport with the person. He's thinking about how to frame his communication, and he's thinking about what's necessary for both people to achieve the optimal outcome. And he's also focusing on the optimal outcome, and he's not attached at all to the approval of the other person. And as you look at that Jeffrey being completely unattached to the approval of other people, you can see that in the confrontation, he can frame his communication effectively, saying, this is kind of how this is how I see things, this is, I think, the best thing, this is what we're going to do. And regardless of their reaction to him, they can either react positively or react negatively, but he still maintains a sense of who he is. He knows that he's doing the right thing. He knows that the circumstance he needs to be in is the one that he needs to be in. So as you look at that Jeffrey, how that Jeffrey deals with confrontation, you can also see that when rejection comes, he's like, that's okay. My rejection that happened, not a big problem. I'm still going to keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm moving strongly and confidently in the direction of my goal. As you look at that Jeffrey, you decide you want to try what it's like to be that Jeffrey, the Jeffrey that can experience effective confrontation. So you stand up out of the chair and step into the movie screen and go up to that Jeffrey, standing behind him. You decide to step inside. You're going to step inside the Jeffrey that can do effective confrontation. You can see what he's thinking about. You can see how relaxed he is. You can see how clearly he can articulate his position, how clearly he can say the things that the other person might be upset about, how elegantly he frames things up. And even if the interaction doesn't go positively, or goes in a negative way, he's completely chill about it because he knows that over the period of his lifespan, the acceptance or rejectance of somebody else doesn't really matter at all, really. And as you notice what it's like to be that Jeffrey, the fear of rejection, the fear of confrontation dissipates. And he can see through his eyes, you can see through his eyes, that sometimes confrontation can be the doorway to understanding. Sometimes confrontation can be the doorway to relationships improving, because avoidance is never an effective problem-solving strategy, in dental health as well as in relationships. So as you focus on that, you can see the way you see things change now. You're going to be changing how you deal with confrontation. You're going to be changing how you deal with circumstances where one person might be upset, because you literally cannot control what other people think about you. You'll never be able to accomplish that task. So as you decide to step out of the screen inside the room of effective confrontation, you carry with you those skills. You carry with you that attitude. You carry with you that capacity to negotiate in business negotiations, to tolerate and celebrate rejection, to tolerate confrontation, to see that confrontation is a doorway to understanding. And as you choose to do that, you walk out of the room of effective confrontation and continue walking back along the corridor of doors. As you walk back along the corridor of doors, you see another door. And the other door is a door to the room of effective action. As you open the doorway to the room of effective action, you open the doorway to the room of effective action, and you see in front of the door, inside the room, there's a chair. As you look inside to sit down in that chair, as you look down in that chair, you look at the video screen in front of you, the big screen in front of you in the room of effective action, and you can see that Jeffrey, the Jeffrey that's taking effective action. And you can see that Jeffrey has mental toughness, he has resilience, he has persistence, and he has persistence because he balances focusing on the long-term goal and taking effective action day by day. Each and every day when he takes effective action, he rewards himself with feeling good to take little steps one by one, knowing that persistence of effort, that persistence of carrying out the task necessary, that daily persistence each and every day, just doing it a little bit every day. And every single day, taking the time and effort to put effort into his exercise allows him to experience much more greater mental toughness and resilience. Because when you're well exercised, when you've got your heart rate of 120, when you're focused and you're relaxed and tranquilo, when you're focused and relaxed and tranquilo, you can be persistent, because you're not pulled here and there, to and fro, in the direction of the way the winds are taking you. You can be fully and perfectly consistent and persistent. So being consistent and persistent in your actions is what is really good. And at the same time, you can turn the switch off. So at different times, at the end of a day, you can turn off the requirement, or when you finish a project, you can turn off the requirement to go full tilt, and you can get back to enjoying each and every moment, because the moments that we enjoy, the moments we pay attention to, are the ones that will allow us to experience the moments that take our breath away. Now, as you choose to do that, you consider and will, as you go forward, be able to take persistent, consistent actions. Persistent, consistent actions you do on a daily basis. You're going to be consistent and persistent with the actions you need to maintain your business. You're going to be consistent and persistent to take actions with the tasks you need to maintain your health, to maintain your relationship. You're going to be consistent and persistent each and every day. And sometimes you're also going to take some time off. Resting is just as important as activity, because resting allows your body to recharge, allows your endocrine system to relax, it allows your mind to take a break to solve the problems it needs to. You can do all of those things. So as you choose to do all of those things in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead, you're going to continue your focus on consistent actions. And each and every time you take focus on consistent actions, you're going to reward yourself. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel good each and every time, and you're going to measure your progress from where you are to where you want to be. And instead of comparing where you are to where you want to be, you can actually reward yourself along the journey. And it's going to feel even more rewarding to get to the end if you reward yourself along the journey. So each and every day when you do something that's good, you go, wow, right on, I did something that's good. That's something excellent that's taken me closer in the steps of my consciously chosen goals. And you're going to be able to do that. And at the end of each day, you're going to return off. You're going to be able to sit down. You're going to be able to give your son your presents, give your wife your presents, and give the new baby your presents, because it's important for you to not only see the future and the goals you're pushing towards, but also enjoy each little run along the way. Each of those things are equally important and equally necessary. That as you do that, focusing on consistent persistent action, you can see that each and every day is a good time to do that, as well as it's important to have the occasional day off. So each and every day, it's important for you to take those consistent, persistent actions. You're going to do that today. You do that tomorrow. You do that tomorrow's tomorrow. In fact, each and every tomorrow after tomorrow's tomorrow, you're going to be doing that. So each and every day, you're going to wake up in the morning doing, how can I let my partner know I care about her and I desire her? How can I spend the max amount of time I can with the people I love today, as well as achieving my business goals, and balance those two things, and then enjoy the persistent, consistent actions at the same time as enjoying each and every moment you have with the people you care about and love. So as you focus on that in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead, each and every time you listen to this suggestion set, you will have a greater and greater depth of response to each and every suggestion. Each and every time you listen to this trance, you'll go further and deeper into the wonderful state of deep relaxation. And each and every time you listen to this trance, you have a stronger internalized sense of soul. Because it's that strong sense of your own soul that guides you, that strong sense of your own self that allows you to be able to tolerate the rejection of other people, to be able to tolerate confrontation, to set a boundary and to be able to maintain it, to be able to go, actually, no, this is not going to work, this won't work, and to be able to maintain that boundary is a reflection of your internal sense of self. So as you continue working and each and every day strengthening that sense of self, you can also notice that the stronger sense of self you have, the more you desire to give time to the people you care about and love. So as you choose to do that. So what I'd like you to do is, as you allow all these suggestions to become permanent for all time, what I'd like you to do is, if you're listening to this trance, in the afternoon, I want you to see a set of stairs. And see the set of stairs, I want you to step on step number 5. Step on step number 5 represents for you change. You have changed permanently now and for all time. As you step on step number 4, step on step number 4 represents you feeling absolutely sensational for no reason other than it feels good to feel good. As you step on step number 3, step on step number 3 represents for you taking action. Each and every day you're going to take action to action the suggestions given in this particular process. As you step on step number 2, step on step 2 means you're breathing in deep oxygen, you're wiggling your fingers and tweaking your toes, you're allowing the trance state to fade away as you pay close attention to your awareness to everything around you. And in a moment, I'm going to click my fingers and say the words wide awake. When I say the words wide awake, you will wake up fully and completely refreshed and revitalized, as if you had 2 to 3 hours of wonderful restful sleep, ready for you to experience everything each moment holds for you.